the different things that he brings. It is now time for Dear Jelly. Happy Sunday, happy Sunday. So glad that you're here. We are having a discussion today about something that is dear and near to so many people's hearts, and that is sugar daddies. Sugar daddies. That's what we're talking about today, sugar daddies. When to know you need a new one. Do you have one? Why you might need a new one. Let's talk about that. That's what we're talking about today on Dear Jelly. I hope that you're enjoying this weather. If you're here in Nashville, wherever you are, I hope it's nice weather where you are. I am so glad to be here. So let's go ahead and get things popping. Here's On the Low by Burna Boy. And you listen to Dear Jelly on the X. How y'all doing today? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Hey, yay. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, y'all. Hey, Tia. Thanks so much. So glad you're here. Do you have a sugar daddy? Have you experienced a sugar daddy? You don't have to say anything. I'm just making conversation. Hey, VL, how are you? How y'all doing? Hi, Nora. How are you? You have never, ever had a sugar daddy? Do you have it on your prayer list? Funny. VL is great and grateful. Oh, that makes me smile. I love that. Okay. Whoops. You're listening to WXNALP Nashville 101.5 FM, and this is Dear Jelly with DJ Jelly. Hey, happy Sunday, happy Sunday. So excited that you are here. Having a great conversation right now with some beautiful people who are just checking in on TGI Jelly on Facebook as well as TGI Jelly on YouTube. And all you wonderful listeners listening right now on WXNAFM.org, shout out to you. Happy Sunday. So glad you're here. Wouldn't want to do this without you because it just wouldn't be as fun. I'm so happy that you are here. So now let's get into it. So we are, tracking back. My apologies. Tracking back. That was Burna Boy with On the Low. Burna Boy with On the Low. My understanding of the whole sugar daddy thing is that sometimes your sugar daddy might be on the low. VL said, how about a Splendor Daddy? I don't know what a Splendor Daddy is. Can y'all help me on what is a Splendor Daddy? I have an idea of what a sugar daddy is, and I always have this joke that, hey, I'd love to have a sugar daddy, but these days they want a little more sugar than I believe it was required back in the day. So I don't know. But what's a Splendor Daddy? Do they not require as much attention? Do they not require as much? Let me know what a Splendor Daddy needs. We might be able to work something out. Just kidding. All jokes. We're just having a conversation. All right. So today we're talking about, how do you decide who's going to be your sugar daddy? How do you decide? How do you meet them? Let me know. Somebody let me know how to meet them. Let me go ahead and get into this thing that was sent to me. So she says, I informed my husband that I had come across a sugar daddy who was willing to cover all of our expenses, despite the fact that he was aware of me being married. My husband requested to meet him, and when he arrived at my home, my sugar daddy yelled when he realized my husband is his grandson. Ba, ba, ba. So she wants to know. So her. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to laugh because I do want to. This is serious. So she wants to know what she should do because her husband wants her to get a new sugar daddy. He don't like that his wife's sugar daddy is his granddaddy. And she feels torn. I mean, what would you do in this situation? Clearly, he's taking care of them, paying all their bills. You want to meet him. Do you want to meet him to thank him? Then you're mad because it's your granddaddy? So, I mean, is he right to ask her to get a different sugar daddy? Should he just get more jobs or they just get, I don't know. Like, what do sugar daddies provide? Well, this one clearly is taking care of them financially, covers all their expenses. So bills, other than bills, do they provide companionship? There's a security, and they have the money. What's a Splendor Daddy? Do Splendor Daddies have money? I want to know. Don't y'all want to know? I'm so curious. What is a Splendor Daddy? Does he have money? Should she find another sugar daddy, or should her husband just get over it? He's clearly okay with her having a sugar daddy. He's taking care of the bills. But now you want to put stipulations? Is that fair to put stipulations on who your sugar daddy can be? I'm just saying, clearly it runs in the family. Y'all like your family members like the same women. I'm just saying. I don't know. Is it fair for her husband to ask her to get a new sugar daddy? Let's just have the conversation. I don't know that I want to answer that right now for myself. I just feel like it was cool when you didn't know who it was. And then you're looking like, that's my pappy. And now you want her to find somebody else. Why does she need one and she has a husband? Help me understand. Let's talk about it. Before we talk about that, I do want to let you know that support for WXNA comes from Vinyl Tap, located at 2308 Greenwood Avenue in East Nashville. Vinyl Tap serves up a large selection of beverages, pub fare, and vinyl with live music and DJs every night. On the last Friday of the month from 6 to 11 p.m., WXNA DJs will be spinning at Vinyl Tap with proceeds supporting the station. More information at vinyltapnashville.com. So let me know, y'all. Let me know, should she have to get a new sugar daddy? You mad because it's your granddaddy? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It sounds like they have a beautiful situation, and I'm just saying. What should she do? You listen, Dear Jelly on the X. VL, what is a Splendor Daddy? Right? This is your granddaddy, granddaddy, granddaddy. Where do you find a sugar daddy? Can you imagine the next family reunion? What do y'all? What is a Splendor Daddy though? Artificial? I mean, if you're gonna have a sugar daddy, you need a real one, right? Everybody gonna be talking about the family reunion. Tia, they all gonna be like, or maybe they're gonna play it cool. Somebody know that granddaddy is a sugar daddy. They know. Nobody knows. Somebody know your granddaddy is a sugar daddy. Where do you meet sugar daddies? Shit. I don't think she should have to get a new one though. I know that probably sounds bad, but that's on him. You're listening to WXNA LP Nashville 101.5 FM. Tracking back, that was Fave with Beautifully. Beautifully. And speaking of beautifully, having a conversation with some beautiful people right now live. Join the live chat. Let us know what you think. If you have some thoughts, give me a call. Let me know. 615-933-9962. Let me know what you think. If you're just joining in, hey, it's DJ Jelly with Dear Jelly. And we're having a conversation about sugar daddies. Is this something that you're aware of? Are you a sugar daddy? Let me know. How does it work? How do you find a sugar daddy? Have you had one? Are you looking for one? What are the stipulations? What are the requirements to be a sugar baby if you have a sugar daddy? The situation that we're talking about right now. Hold on, I gotta log back into my Instagram. Give me 1 second. Sorry. Log back into my. Okay, so the situation we're talking about, young lady says, I informed my husband that I had come across a sugar daddy who was willing to cover all of our expenses despite the fact that he was aware of me being married. My husband requested to meet him, and when he arrived at our house, my sugar daddy yelled when he realized that my husband was actually his grandson. Now, my husband is upset and he wants me to get another sugar daddy. What should she do? So, what should she do, y'all? What should she do? Should she be required to get another one? He's paying the bills. Clearly, you and your granddaddy have the same taste in women. What's the problem? What's the problem? What should she do? What do you suggest she does? Tia said, this is your granddaddy in her Mr. Brown voice. This is your granddaddy. It is her granddaddy. Like, are there certain, so now if you meet a potential sugar daddy or sugar mommy, I guess you should ask questions like, if you have children, if you have grandchildren, what are their names? Like, how do you know what to ask them to make sure you're not dating a relative by marriage? Earlier, VL had mentioned, what about a Splendor Daddy? I still don't know what a Splendor Daddy is. Does that mean he doesn't have as much money? He's just there for companionship? opposed to being able to cover all their expenses. How does a Splenda daddy work? Let me know. How does a Splenda mommy work? Let me know. Do you think that she should have to get another sugar daddy? Clearly, he was okay with the arrangement, even wanting to meet him. I don't understand the wanting to meet him though. Why would you want to meet them? But I guess just to make sure they're all on the same page. But then I guess they weren't because you didn't know your granddaddy was gonna be at the door. Tia says, "Can you imagine the next family reunion?" Blah ha 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 ha. I mean, I imagine they probably play it cool at the next family reunion because they're, unless it's just everybody gonna know. I imagine they play it cool. It'd be funny though, sit there knowing the tea. But I don't know. I don't think she should. I don't know. I don't know what the requirements were to get one. I don't know what type of understanding that they had. And Tia says, I wonder why granddaddy is open to being a sugar daddy to a married person. Why not just find a young tenderoni of his own? I feel like he just really liked this person, right? Or maybe, like some significant others, he didn't want the. Is there less responsibility? Is there less responsibility if your sugar, are they called sugar babies? Is there less responsibility if they are married? Is what I want to know. Is there less responsibility if they're married? Or is it the same level? Tia says, was grandpa at the nuptials? Did he know all along? Oh, that's a very good question. If you are listening, let me know. That's a very good question. Because did grandpa know all along? But why would he yell? Why would he yell? Or maybe he just forgot what she looked like. So many questions. No new messages coming in my DM. So many questions. So many questions. How does this play out? So, yeah, that's a good thing. So now we know if you are interviewing a potential sugar parent, is that what we would call them? A potential life sponsor. If you are interviewing a potential life sponsor, now we know what to ask. What are your children's name, grandchildren's name? They probably don't even want to go into all that because, I mean, clearly you're just together for recreational purposes and not like lifelong companionship. Or is that what it's supposed to be? I don't know. You said the husband yelled, not the grandpa. Oh, I thought the grandpa yelled. I gotta look again. We gotta ask these questions. I need to know who you with, who your granddaddies are, who your kids are. I need to know where you're from because I might be related to you. The things we gotta know, right? We gotta make sure we are aware of all the lies so that we can know we can just be sweet us. Speaking of sweet us, here is T Maya with Sweet Us. She's in Dear Jelly on the X. I don't think she should have to get a new one. I mean, you okay with her having a I see the pen now. I see the sweet dust. I'm just saying, get it. I'm just saying, like, why should she have to get another one? I see the sweet dust. I'm just saying, like, if you're okay with having a sugar daddy, there's a reason. Like, why are you okay with that in the first place? And now you mad because it's your granddaddy? I just think that that's what you get. Where do you even meet them? Do y'all even know? Yeah. I see the sweet dust. Where do you find a sugar daddy? What are the stipulations? And why were y'all so big on like never with capital letters? Um, do you feel like it's unhealthy to have one? I think VL left because I never got I never got an explanation of what a sugar daddy was, a splendor daddy was. You're listening to WXNA LP Nashville 101.5 FM, and this is Dear Jelly. Hey, hey, hey. Thanks for tuning in. If you are just tuning in, tracking back, that was T Maya with Sweet Us. Sweet Us. And speaking of Sweet Us, we're talking about sugar daddies and how sweet it is to have one. If you have one, where do you find them? What are the stipulations when you have one? What kind of questions should you be asking? Should you be asking who they're related to? Because if you are just tuning in, then I do want to share with you that the person who wrote in today says that I informed my husband that I had come across a sugar daddy who was willing to cover all of our expenses, despite the fact that he was aware of me being married. My husband requested to meet him, and when he arrived at our home, my sugar daddy yelled when he realized that my husband was actually his grandson. So now her husband wants her to find a new sugar daddy. My question, is this like some there was a movie years ago, and Indecent Proposal. Y'all remember that? Indecent Proposal? And where someone paid a bunch of money to sleep with one's wife. And so, is that the same thing with a sugar mama or a sugar daddy? Is that the same thing? They're basically taking care of all your finances just to be romantic or intimate with with your significant other, or with you. They're basically a life sponsor, and you are paying in body bucks. Is that what a sugar daddy or sugar baby is? Let me know. I'm just curious about how this works. And when you meet them, how do you vet them? How do you vet them? And then VL said earlier something about a Splendid Daddy. I don't think he's on anymore. But I don't. What is a Splendid Daddy? Is that just somebody who doesn't have as much money? How does it work? I don't know. But one thing I do know is the programming you hear on WXNA is made by people just like you. This station is completely homegrown, featuring nearly 80 DJs from the community, bringing their unique voices and tastes to the airwaves. And it's all supported by friends and neighbors who generously keep WXNA going. That's what community radio is all about. And all of us need to chip in for it to work. Do your part and donate now at WXNAFM.org. So, how do we find them? Where are they? Are you one? How do you find them so you can be a blessing to somebody's life? Speaking of blessings, here's Blessings by Joe Boy on BX. Demi Moore? Yes. That was the movie. So, is that the same thing? That's what I'm wondering, if it's the same thing. I got questions. I know one time on my Instagram, I had this person write in and was offering all kind of money, saying they were looking for a sugar baby. That just didn't sound. I was like, I'm too old for. I'm in my 40s. What do you? That just didn't sound like something I could deal with. Have you been approached by somebody wanting to be your sugar daddy, Tia? Let me know. How do you vet them? Do you vet them? How you decide if it's for you or not? Clearly, at some point, they realized they needed help, financial help. And this is what this man was providing. So, why be mad? Never been approached by even? I have. I was confused. I was like, no, thank you. To be locked up in your basement. He just looked like he would like somebody in their basement. You're listening to WXNALP Nashville 101.5 FM, and tracking back, that was Joe Boy with Blessings. Joe Boy with Blessings. Speaking of blessings, it's definitely a blessing to be here with you today and the people that have joined our live chat. I appreciate everybody that has tuned in. It always gets harder with the warmer months, to have people join the chat, listen in. And I understand the weather is beautiful. You want to be outside doing all the things, enjoying the vitamin D3, D12, whatever the sun gives. And so you're definitely a blessing. Thank you so much for tuning in, joining the conversation. Can't have a conversation without beautiful YOU. You matter. You're important. Tracking back, if you're just tuning in, we're having a conversation about sugar daddies. I guess there's sugar mamas too. Somebody earlier mentioned a Splendor Daddy. I don't know what a Splendor Daddy is. If you know what that is, I think the person that messaged, I don't think they're still on. Let me know what that is. Give me the tea. What is a Splendor Daddy? And if you're just tuning in, we're talking about a young lady. Sorry, I was trying to check my inbox to see if she sent anything else. We're talking to a young lady who said that she informed her husband that she had come across a sugar daddy who was willing to cover all their expenses, despite the fact that he was aware of her being married. Her husband requested to meet him, and when he arrived at her home, her sugar daddy screamed because he realized that her husband was actually his grandson, and now her husband wants her to get a different sugar daddy. But my question, why do you have one? Why do you need one? What's going on? Why is your husband okay with you having one? Like, help me understand, because it says that somebody needs to pay for their financial needs. So clearly he was okay. So if you're okay with her having a sugar daddy because you need help financially, should you be picky about who it is paying your bills? Or should you go grab grandpa's slippers? I'm just saying. I'm just wondering. Tia says, I'm just saying. These might pay bills, right? Tia says, I think people sometimes get in relationships with people that they feel spoil them. As long as the two parties are cool with the relationship, it's to each their own. I agree. So is there a website? Where do you find these people who just want to be a blessing unto others' lives? Where do you find these sugar mamas, sugar daddies? Is there a sugar cousin? Like, is there something in between? Or do they have to be one or the other? Let me know. I'm curious. I am just curious. And I guess like any other relationship, there's probably some conversations you need to have, things you have to put in place, things you have to check, like bloodline. Clearly, because what if she got pregnant? So your your son, your child is your, what would that make the kid to the husband? A cousin? No? I don't know. That's things you have to put into consideration. How that works. What would that be? Why am I having a brain freeze by figuring out what that would be? What would the child be? If she had a child by his grandfather, would that child be his uncle or aunt? I don't know. Help me figure this out. You listen, Dear Jelly on the X. Yeah, that child will be his uncle. Weird. They always think about how they're going to do this to the midnight. So, it's getting hot outside. These sugar parents going to be outside. Are y'all open? It sounds like you're not open, Tia. I thought we was going to try new things in 23. I'm just kidding. I'm not talking about sugar. Keep checking my inbox to see if they responded because I have questions. Y'all so chill today. I'm glad you're here, though. You could be anywhere else doing anything else. I'm glad that you're here. You're not that adventurous, Tia? You don't want a life sponsor? I don't think you have to call them daddy. You said who else is here? I don't know who else is here. I just see the numbers. I think you're the only person talking to me, but there are other people here. I know you there. No. Let me go on a page and see if I can I'll only be able to see. Don't log off now. Oh, somebody jumped off. That's funny. Tia, when I said let me see who's here, somebody jumped off. That's funny. So I don't know who's here, Tia. I know somebody jumped off when I said I was going to check see who was here. Someone jumped off. So it's okay. I'm grateful for any and everyone who logs on or checks or listens. Love y'all. You're listening to WXNA LP Nashville 101.5 FM. And tracking back, that was Fireboy DML with What If I Say? What If I Say? Sweet song. Give me love. Something like getting love. Getting love. Speaking of getting love, definitely want to give a shout out to everybody that's listening, everybody that's tuned in, everybody that has joined the conversation, and whether they popped in just to say hello and pop back out. I appreciate each and every one of you, and those who are sharing the lives and just even people have been letting me know they've been going back and watching the lives. If you go on to YouTube, you'll find the lives. And also, if you're looking for our archives, you can find them on wxnafm.org, and you can go back and listen. And so you are appreciated. You really are. You are appreciated. And thank you. Thank you for being here. All right, so we're having a conversation. We're talking about a young lady who basically shared that she informed her husband that she had come across a sugar daddy who was willing to cover all of their expenses, despite the fact that he was aware she was married. And her husband requested to meet him. And when he arrived at their home, her sugar daddy yelled when he realized that her husband was actually his grandson. And now the grandson wants her to find someone else, wants her to find a different sugar daddy because he is not comfortable with her being involved with his granddaddy. And she wants to know what should she do. We really haven't talked much about what she should do, have we? What do y'all think she should do? What do you think she should do? Do you think that? I mean, I'm just trying to figure out why a married couple will be okay with a sugar parent paying all their bills, because it's not free. It comes with a cost, right? And so why are we okay with this? Why do you need this? What's going on? What type of circumstances does it happen? Is this something that happens often? Is it something that happens often and we just don't know? I don't know. It's an interesting thing. And apparently it happens more often than not. And so then I was saying, well, I guess we need to know, if you're being approached by someone who's wanting this type of situation, you need to know what to ask to make sure that you're not related to them. So I guess ask about their background, ask about where they come from, see if there's any family resemblance. I don't know, maybe to your in-laws. And what else could we ask to make sure? And if anybody knows what a Splenda Daddy is, I know VO was on here earlier and he had mentioned a Splenda Daddy. I don't know what Splenda is. Does Splenda Daddy mean he's artificial? He's a fake sugar daddy. He doesn't have as much money. What does a Splenda Daddy give that the sugar daddy does not? And vice versa. Let me know. I do want to let you know about Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter is working for a world where Black lives are no longer systematically and intentionally targeted for demise. Black Lives Matter Nashville is a local chapter that is part of the Black Lives Matter network. More information at blacklivesmatternashville.wordpress.com. So this has been an interesting conversation. Do let me know if you have something you want to talk about. Share. We do not share names. We keep all names quiet to protect the innocent. We definitely want to make sure that we are supporting you in every way. We just having a conversation, no judgment. And so thank you to everybody that does send in questions, situations. It's a good thing to talk about and see what we can come up with to be of support to you. So, you're not alone with your situation. My opinion, yeah, get another sugar daddy. Because especially if you want to stay happy in your marriage. Because I know in that movie, Indecent Proposal, I think she ended up leaving her husband for the rich guy. Indecent Proposal. I mean, unless you just want to be with the sugar daddy and leave your husband, I don't know. Do what's best for you, sis. But it's just insecurities because this is granddaddy. Clearly they have the same taste in women. I'm just saying, if y'all able to just be together and not be with sugar daddy at all and be his only baby, just where he's your only baby. Here's My Only Baby by Rick Cassani. Listen, Dear Jelly on the X. Tia, what's this? What's voyeur? Watch this. What is voyeur? People watching but not actively participating. Yeah. Yep, we got him. It's okay. I'm glad everybody's here. Right? Ooh, whoops. You're listening to WXNA LP Nashville, 101.5 FM. And tracking back, that was Rick Hassani with My Only Baby. My Only Baby. If you are just tuning in, hey, 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 it is Dear Jelly with DJ Jelly. And I am so very excited to be here. So very excited to be here. So very excited to be having this conversation with y'all. If you're just tuning in, we're having a conversation about sugar babies, sugar mommies. Do you have one? Are you one? How do you get them? How does it work? Where do you go to get them? So many questions. Are there stipulations? What kind of questions do you ask? It's supposed to be discreet or non-discreet? And I'm just asking because we do have a young lady who basically shared about how she told her husband about the sugar. Let me actually go on the message and say it properly. Sorry, guys. I thought I had it memorized. I don't. Okay, I informed my husband that I had come across a sugar daddy who was willing to cover all of our expenses despite the fact that he was aware of me being married. My husband requested to meet him, and when he arrived at our home, my sugar daddy yelled when he realized that my husband was actually his grandson. And now she's saying that her husband wants her to get another sugar daddy because he's not comfortable with her being with his granddaddy. Question: why? Why does this type of thing happen? Is it because we're just financially strapped? That's why they're okay with this happening. Is it kind of like brother husband? Or does your sugar daddy become like brother husband if you have a husband? Or does your sugar mommy become like a sister wife? How does it work? How does it work? I got questions. And I'm not seeing any responses in my box to answer any of the questions. She wants to know what should she do. I mean, I just want to know what y'all can do to where you don't have to have the uncomfortable conversation of, being involved with someone else, having a third partner, unless that would work for you on your own, which is having a conversation. No judgment here at all. Why is it a problem because it's his granddaddy? So if it was somebody else, it won't be a problem. Let me know. Because if that's what, I don't know. It's just an interesting situation, but no judgment. I think that whatever happens, do what's best to make you happy. Do what's best for you. But of course, have those stipulations up front, right? Just saying, kind of a chill conversation today. I do also want to share with you about the all Untune the Sky. Are you craving yummy, crunchy, jangly, perfect pop songs? Get your fix with Untune the Sky, Thursdays from 2 to 3 p.m. right here on WXNA 101.5 FM in Nashville and online at WXNAFM.org. Here's my water. Okay, so I feel like the consent. Did we say what we feel like she should do? Yeah, just have a conversation with your husband. See if you actually need one. Can y'all get extra jobs so you can cover bills yourself? Are y'all in therapy? Because I feel like you're gonna need some therapy after this. Because if you're not in therapy, you're gonna need some therapy after this. I'm just saying. Sugar daddy being your granddaddy. What's the relationship like with the grandparent and grandson? I would like to know. So many questions, so many unanswered questions, but it's okay. We appreciate you sharing. I'm just saying everything. We appreciate you sharing. Whatever you do, do what's best for you. Here's For You by Tenny featuring DeVito. You listen to Dear Jelly on the X. Oh, my name in the morning. You said, sounds like the problem was just the granddaddy being the person. I wonder if the husband wanted to meet the sugar daddy to make sure he wouldn't steal the wife away from him. I mean, but why? It's crazy. I don't get it. It does sound like that. Like anybody but my grandpa. What would the baby be like? What if she had a baby? Would that child be his uncle or aunt? So that means it will be the sibling of whatever his mother or father, whoever granddaddy is by. Yeah, Tia, I definitely agree. And I can't be like, what would y'all do? Because you've already shared that you wouldn't be interested in having a sugar daddy. I'm a rapper for you. I don't know if Juan is coming today. This chair is hurting me today for some reason. I'm tired today. Tia, thank you for being so vocal today and having this conversation with me. Shout out to the rest of y'all that have been watching. Tia, thank you. You're listening to WXNALP Nashville 101.5 FM. Tracking back, there was Tenny featuring DeVito with For You. And you're just tuning in. This is Dear Jelly with DJ Jelly. And I definitely want to encourage you that whatever you decide to do, even if it's a situation that not all of us will understand because it might not be the quote unquote norm or might be quote unquote taboo, do what's best for you. Whatever makes you happy. To the young lady who sent in this information, thank you so much. We do hope things work out with you and your husband, and that I guess he can reconcile with his grandfather after this situation. Tia says, sounds like the problem was just the granddaddy being the person. I wonder if the husband wanted to meet the sugar daddy to make sure he wouldn't steal the wife away from him, which is what I'm thinking. I guess that he wanted to meet the sugar daddy so he could put some ground rules in, probably. And Tia says, LOL, you're welcome. I thanked her for being up. I mean, I know this is not necessarily a comfortable conversation, but I appreciate, Tia, sharing so much insight, adding value to today's show. And Tia says, LOL, you're welcome. I wish your contributor luck figuring out her situation. We do wish you luck. And we also wish you, everybody here, a great week. Have a great week, y'all. Know that you matter. You've always mattered. And do what's best for you, because nobody's going to take care of you like you will. You know, just saying. All right, y'all. Take care. Have a great, great week. And I will see you here, same time, same place next week. Bye, y'all. All right, y'all. I don't think Juan is coming. And for some reason, this chair is hurting me today. It's hurting my tailbone. I don't know why, but it's hurting me. So I'm gonna get off it. All right. Have a great, great week. Love you. See you next week.